And this brings me to the second of the San Marinos that I want to talk to you about today, and that's this one. And the first thing I'm going to say to you is, I'm sure you'll have noticed, like by our team attire and whatever, there's a new colour concept that we've introduced. And this is the new team San Marino that we're going to be using. This is the new colours for 2021. This particular one, we've just finished testing it this week. There's a couple of key features that are different with this one than the Race Across America celebration frame, in that here we're using the latest Mark III Sentis wheels, the 5 spokes. They're just incredible. They're much shallower than the Mark I, but again, technology and everything else has just moved them along a little bit, and we're going to be racing these as our main. This is going to be our main road bike for 2021. The key differences to this bike is that the elevation on the front here is exactly the same as it is on the Ram bike, because again, I've now found the position, as I said, like in relation to the front of the bike. Same stem length, 130mm. However, this time we've actually mixed and matched. We've put in some of the new 2021 Campagnolo equipment here, and this is the latest chain set. As you can see, that it's a new carbon fibre forearm. It's a beautiful piece of equipment. However, we're sticking with our 11-speed concept. We're not moving to 12 as yet. We're going to do this season on 11-speed. Again, we're on manual, non-electric. Saddles is exactly the same, another Saddle Italia with the same level of foam insert, biofoam insert. Speedplay pedals, and we're still sticking with Victoria CX tires as well. However, one of the things that's slightly different about this bike is the gearing on it. This gearing is a 53 and a 39 front, and a 23 and an 11 rear. So obviously it's much higher geared, and it's really orientated around, what would be known as a normal road bike. So it would. Again, I think the big feature of the whole San Marino really is the depressurization of your shoulders and how much pressure it takes off the neck area, shoulder area, bicep and tricep area of your arms, because that's a big problem for most riders in endurance, especially over the distance and time. So again, this is something that we've managed to dial into these bikes to alleviate, and it's been a really big concept with the whole move to Spiegel in general. The other thing I would say, on all the bikes, we are using Swiss Stop Pro carbon pads on these wheels. I mean, it's UD carbon that are in Sentis wheels, and we have found them to be absolutely incredible braking surface in either wet or dry. So again, it's a very comprehensive build, but this will be, going forward, the team colours. And this is the third bike that I'm going to introduce you to today. Now, this is a very different concept to what we've just been talking about in the San Marino. This is the Diablo. I was very privileged last year to get introduced to the 2020 version of this when we did the double distance of Ireland and the West East version of it. We had one of these to ride. It was my first introduction to a Spiegel. In the San Marino, we've been talking to you about how the front end of the bike has one of the key features in that, how it depressurizes your shoulders, etc, etc. The Diablo model takes that concept into a whole different level, in that if you look at the front of it here, you'll see that it's actually quite tall in the headstock, even though it's a small frame. And whenever we originally got it, it was the first thing that, that was very obvious to me, like it looked unusual. I struggled with the angle of it, but it's this great concept where they have quite a steep headstock on it, but they take the pressure off by using a power fork with a very good angle at the top of the fork crown. I can't tell you how comfortable this bike is to actually ride over distance. It's incredible. I've rode all the the absolute time trial bikes or whatever, with a standard set of road handlebars on this and a little set of extension time trial bars on it. It's just hard to believe how good this is over distance. There's absolutely no pressure. We were finishing dialing this one in just yesterday, and we were out there for almost 6 hours, and there's absolutely no pain whatsoever from it. I've altered it a little bit from the 2020 model that we had. We've actually elevated it here, believe it or not, by 3mm. But the 3mm makes a difference, and we have it dialed in with Campagnolo. And what we've done here is we've also blended new and old, in that we have the new Mark III 5-spoke front. This is the new blade disc that goes with this, and we've stuck with Super Record, the older 11-speed, but we've also changed the chain rings here, and we've gone with one of the Mish chronos, and on the inside of that ring we've put a 39 ceramic Teflon coated one as well, very light and very, very strong. And on this bike here, this is actually going to be the highest geared bike. This is a 21 to an 11 sprocket in the rear with a 53, and we have the option to go to 54 on this on the outside and the front if we want to. We're using speed plate pedals, the same concept, you know, with the deep biofoam saddle, exactly the same. We've obviously changed to more aerodynamic shape drinking bottles, but these tires are actually different to the road tires that we were talking about on the San Marino. These are Chrono SS's, so these are time trial only, capable right up to 160 psi. So these are very, very, very fast stuff. We do believe in this particular race, the place that this bike's going to come in to play is going to play an overall part in the complete race, but I think in the last 500 miles of this race, this bike's going to come into its own, and it's going to play a significant part. And if it does what it, which I have no doubt that it will do, considering what it did last year in Ireland, we're going to get a very, very, very good result out of this particular bike. And obviously this is the team colours as well for 2021. And that's really the introduction to the team Spiegel collection that we're going to be using in 2021 and going forward. I'm not going to say it's been an easy change, but it's been one that has been very exciting, and sometimes I think that you get to a point whenever the change is challenging, but the challenge moves you forward, and that's what certainly happened here. And I'm really looking forward to racing these bikes, and we're also very, very fortunate that we've secured the distributorship for them for the UK and Ireland. So we've been actually putting some customer bikes on the ground as well. So if you're interested in having one of these machines built to your own specification, we're only too happy to talk to you. So just drop us an email at joe@teamjoebar.com and we'll try and help you out.